In this video, I will show you how our DMA cheat for CS works. I will play it on FACEIT in order to prove that it really bypasses their anti-cheat protection. Along the way, I will tell you how it works, and why it can easily bypass their protection. So first off, let's run a game search on FACEIT. As you can see, this is a real league site with live players. Next, let's launch the FACEIT League anti-cheat. As you can see, it's successfully running. I will hide my username so that I could not be banned after the release of this video. After we successfully launch the anti-cheat, let's run CS. And let's wait a few seconds for the game to load. Let's run a training map with the bots, where I will demonstrate how the aimbot works. Next, let's run our program. Everything is as simple and intuitive as possible. You need to run the cheat and log into the loader. After that, it will download everything you need and automatically run the cheat. If the cheat has been successfully launched, you will hear a beep. For convenience, to record this video, I will run the program on one computer, but I strongly recommend the use of two computers if you want to protect yourself from being banned. So let's go back to CS and I will demonstrate how aim works. I click on the side mouse button and aimbot itself brings the crosshair to the head of the enemy. Also, you can change the button that activates aim, as well as the speed and smoothness of aiming. In order to do this, you will need to go to a text file and edit the necessary parameters in the config file. As you can see, you can change FOV, activation button, how much cheat will suppress the recoil of the weapon, and many other things. I will not talk about all the features. If you want to know more about the other functions, you can go to our website or a server in Discord and get acquainted with all the functionality of the cheat. Let's change it to be a semi-rage mode. Don't forget to press save button, and after that, let's open CS. As you may have noticed, aiming to the head has become more rapid. Finally, we've got a game on FACEIT. Let's go into competitive match and I will show you radar with enemies. While we are waiting for the game to start, I want to answer the most frequently asked questions about our solution. And first, and probably the most important one is, what is the difference between a DMA cheats and a normal, let's say, internal or external cheats? First and major difference between DMA cheats and classic external-internal solutions is that DMA cheat runs on the second computer, leaving the game PC absolutely untouched. Anti-cheat programs cannot in any way detect the process of the malicious cheat process, because it runs on another computer out of sight of the anti-cheat program. This is a very solid method to bypass detections from anti-cheats, not only FACEIT. The only way how can they detect this types of cheats is to detect DMA board on gaming PC. But this is an extremely difficult task, because you can mimic your board to pretend to be a real device like a printer or gaming mouse, so that the anti-cheat will have zero ideas that you have something secretly installed on your PC. In order to use radar, you will need to run special radar application. Also, you can run radar on your second PC or mobile phone. Let's wait a bit before game starts. You can clearly see that we are on a real FACEIT match, and radar is working absolutely fine. Let's come back to the questions. What DMA cards are supported? Any. The only requirement from the card is to have undetected firmware for FACEIT. What is firmware? This is how the computer and the anti-cheat see your device on the computer. This is probably the most essential and necessary part of playing with DMA cheats. You must have a unique firmware in order to prevent anti-cheat from banning you. If you try to explain in simple terms, each device has a unique imprint on the system. If number, let's say, by which you can be identified, and if something looks suspicious, anti-cheat will flag and ban you. To hide these traces, good firmware will change as many of the default values as possible. So the only way anti-cheats can detect this attack is to find a suspicious device on your computer. I am personally using a Lambda Concept DMA card with custom firmware and have zero issues. Other cards like Lurker, Enigma, Ninja, and others should be compatible as well. The only thing you need is undetected firmware. You can make it by yourself or buy already customized firmware from us. To summarize, hardware DMA cheats are extremely difficult to detect, and they will be completely undetectable as long as the DMA device is properly spoofed. They also provide the opportunity to use cheats that are significantly cheaper than standard internal-external solutions. I hope you liked that video and thanks for watching. All necessary links can be found in the description.